try and record this because I'm trying to figure out the best way to record videos to post them online. And hopefully, the audio of this isn't going to be terrible. Yeah, I haven't gotten very far. So, what we're going to try to do is do a playthrough. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. And see what happens. I just did a bunch of playthroughs earlier today, and I kept dying, so my expectations aren't high. But this is a difficult game. It's a process. And I can always delete this afterwards. So I guess I should talk more. This is going to be interesting. I talked a lot earlier today. It is still pretty warm, but it feels like the humidity has gone down, which is nice. I'm recording this on Friday, the 6th. I took a long week off from work because it was we only had Wednesday off, which is terrible, but hey. What isn't these days? So this is the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. I'm sure, I don't know actually how people are going to find this, how I'm going to let people know about it. I don't know what this whole project is going to entail. I tend to get really excited about things and then lose interest, so we'll see. But ideally, I've watched people play Isaac online, and I've enjoyed watching videos of it. So what I'd like to do is, okay, come on. Record some of my own just to see, try a new venue for myself, because I like doing this sort of thing. It gives me, among other things, it gives me a reason to play video games. And I've been wanting to do a podcast thing for a while now, but this actually seems, in some ways it's easier than recording a podcast. It gives me something to do, something to talk about while I'm playing, which is good. Something like I don't actually need to find other people. I don't have to record the audio. I have no idea how the sound quality of this is going to be. Hopefully it won't be terrible. That's the dream. I will come back for that Spearheart later. I know you're in incredible suspense about it. So this is the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. This is a completely new save file that I don't even think I've managed to beat. I think I managed to beat Mom's foot once. I think. I can't remember. We'll see. I have played through the game many times. That was a surprise. We'll come back to it. Okay, I have had, this is good. I have had a horrible morning for first four bosses. I had Champion Ragman. I had Ragman multiple times. I had the Haunt. And it's just, I would just like a nice, easy, low-key playthrough for a video I'm recording, so I don't have to humiliate myself on the first floor. It is my goal. Again, I need to really check the audio levels in this. I should probably, well, this is a test recording, so we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it will or will not go live. I think it's still recording. I hope so. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So, let's... Yeah, this is a learning process. I should have recorded the test one first. Well, knowing my previous experience, I'll probably just die on this and have to do it again. Anyway, so Binding of Isaac is one of my favorite games. It's just, I have a lot of fun playing it. I've played it a lot. I find it just really scratches an itch, especially when I have a hard time playing other games. So I was thinking that I'm like the games that I've seen, the recordings that I've seen that I've enjoyed, have been a lot of people just basically, I don't ever understand why it does that. People playing through, it gives you a good excuse to talk while you play. It also creates a narrative arc for each video, which I really like. Now here's a temptation. Don't use the orbital. Because the narrative arc right now is, will he actually beat this? And so far it has not, my chances have not been great. But we have high hopes. I have no idea what sort of project this is going to be. I have no idea how this will turn out. This is kind of all new to me. All I know is that I'm really good at talking for long periods of time by myself. I think. Ugh, fine. I'm not a huge fan. I'm digging this, though. Alright, no tinted rocks there, so let's get the heck out of Dodge. We spent way too much of the time on this first floor. That's the other thing. Ooh, penny. I have a tendency to spend more time than I should on floors. I'm very bad. The game actually, if you can get to Mom's foot before 20 minutes have passed, or you can beat her in under 20 minutes, then you get to go to Boss Rush, which is something that I always struggle to do. But my hope is that by playing this, I am going to get better. Like I said, I have beaten the game multiple times. I have a save file on my Switch that's about 2/3, 3/4, 16/18. I don't know. Ooh, cool. Alright. Oh, that's cool. In olden days, we're going some stuff. Well, I have one key, and I know that technically you're probably supposed to save it for the shop, but I just want to see what's in the item room. Oh, well that... there you go. Oh god, this is my least favorite curse. Alright, fine. Well, let's at least get the dude out of there. I mean, I think that's how it works. Oh, that is not what I caught. Oh, that's some crap right there. I can't remember when I first figured out you could actually kite these things into the fire, which is pretty sweet. Not that they're the hardest enemies to kill, but anything that buys you a little bit of time and save you some effort in this game is always nice. Oh, now it's on fire. Yeah, as I walk into the fire. Yeah, we're gonna want to upgrade our hourglass thingy. I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube. I just really like it. It's something I do with when I'm at work. I work at a library during the day. This is not where I'm doing like really complicated stuff, but I do a lot of packaging and I do scanning of articles, and it's just I find it really fun just to like have something playing in the background while I'm doing that. Oh, why does it do that? Alright. I'm gonna be a coward and get that. And throw a little bit of money in our shop. We really want to upgrade it so it's not quite this terrible. So this floor is a big deal, because this floor is the first deal of the devil floor. And I have a pretty good shot at getting a deal of devil, knock on wood, because I have some spirit hearts. And that, basically that, you get a deal with the devil, your odds, there's that little, actually you can see it in the side. Oh, okay. Your odds of it change, like on the second floor, your odds are 100% unless you take red heart damage, which so far I've managed to avoid, although those nice fellows, let's bring that in. Ugh. Oh, really? Okay. They move very fast. So, ideally, what you want is on this floor is to get into that first deal of devil and then get something powerful enough to really kickstart your run that'll kind of pull you through the early game. Oh boy. That was bad. That was real bad. Yes, I apologize to anyone watching this who actually knows how to play this game, because it's not going to be a pleasant experience for you. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's nice to play this now after after having been so familiar with the game, oy. And realize, like, just like figuring out how stuff unlocks again, which is kind of fun. Also, this guy's really annoying. I have fought him multiple times today. He's a lot easier if there are fires on the floor, because like he'll walk into the fires, but that... There we go. Or he'll do that because he's a moron. Oh, alright. The problem with this is that it doesn't give you deal with the devil precedent, which means that I might get stuck dealing deals with the angel. And nothing in that room is good. Well, paralysis. I'm really glad. Hey. Well, that was depressing. Let's get out of here. Yeah, so that was terrible. We might be in for a bad run. I've been having a strange run of bad runs today. Ooh, I do like this item. This one's fun. And I think it's worth the risk. Although my damage is... Oh, yeah, my damage is still really terrible. Yeah, the finger, basically, anything, like it's pointing, wherever it's pointing, it actually does damage, constant damage to it. I don't know exactly how much damage that is. I think it's in relation to your own, it's certainly in relation to your own, oh, please don't, yeah. Relation to your own damage. And it's not substantial, but it's just a neat effect. And honestly, at this point, we need whatever help we can get. That's the frustrating thing about this game, is that you start off, like, some runs you can start off and you always start off in roughly the same place, unless, depending on which character you pick. Like if you pick one of the characters, like Eden has a random stuff at the beginning, you start off in pretty much more or less the same place. And start off with hopes and dreams, like a kid going to college. And then, depending on how things go, you either find yourself very quickly, like, in a great spot, or you find yourself basically screwed. And the problem with the game is that you, not the problem, but the sort of the tension of the game is a lot of time that, like, you can keep telling yourself for a while that you're not screwed, that, you know, I can totally, this will come out, and like, and another, just one more item will fix everything. And it's great in terms of, like, in terms of replayability, in terms of, like, sucking you in, but it's horrible in terms of, well, in terms of your mental health, but in terms of, like, just that horrible feeling of when you get to, like, which is what's been happening to me a lot today, is you'll get to a certain point and you'll realize that there's no luck in the world that's gonna actually save the day. Like, you're screwed. Again, like a kid going to college. So what I'm hoping is that I'll buck the odds this time and actually get some stuff. It's not working good so far, but get something that'll actually be worth. Okay. Gotta do this carefully. This room took me it's silly, but this room took me a while to actually get the rhythm down. It's one of the easier rooms, one of the easier trap rooms in the game, just because as long as you kind of take your time with it and don't rush it, you'll be fine. But as I'm sure you'll see, I am not good at not rushing things. Oh, I forgot that the figure does a really good job on poop. Yeah, those are poops. Yeah, you can tell yourself after a while, no, it's just chocolate, or no, it's not actually. No, they're all poops. It's a wonderful game. Those are sentient poops. And I just blew my dude. Like, that's okay, because last floor, the odds weren't very good anyways. So now we're just really hoping that, I don't know, hoping against hope that this somehow translates into a decent run. Because if it doesn't, I'm just gonna delete it. That's right, you heard first. I don't want to have a bunch of, I at least want to get a little bit into the game. So, oh right, I don't have a key. So, as I was saying earlier today on Twitch, which you would not have heard, Today is a fairly momentous occasion in which it's more or less the end of the line in terms of our work for the X-Files book. If you somehow came on this unaware, I am a co-author of a book about the X-Files. Actually, it's not just about the X-Files. It's a book that pretty much goes through and reviews every episode of the X-Files. Yeah. So if that fills you with joy, then, you know, boy, do I have a book for you. Coming out in October. It's basically based on me and another writer. We reviewed all the episodes, well, up through season 9, because there wasn't a season 10 and 11 back when we originally did the project. We reviewed all the original episodes, trading off, and then publisher Abrams got in touch with us and asked us, and like, because they thought it might be a good idea might be cool to edit those reviews and then reprint them in like a collection, which still sounds really amazing to me. Like, it's very much, I'm still kind of amazed that it happened. It's still a lovely idea, and I hope it makes everyone a ton of money, including me. But I think it's a really good book. We spent a lot of time. It wasn't just, we weren't simply just taking the old reviews and just sort of reprinting them. We actually went through it, because a lot of that stuff is really rough. Well, no deal with the devil, but synth oil is great. I am a fan of that. Not a fan of Left Down. Not a fan. I would like to talk to your supervisor. Really would like some keys. So that was a long process, and we started last summer. We basically had a ton of material we had to go through and sort of rework. The original reviews are good, but they're also kind of rough, because that's kind of how you write for the internet in the style, the TV Club style. They originally published at the AV Club, and it took some time to get through everything. And it was at times a frustrating process, not because of the people I was working with, but because I am not a person who particularly enjoys that kind of work. I don't know if anybody really likes editing. I mean, there are times that I can enjoy editing, but with this in particular, it was just a lot. So a lot of it was just realizing how rough some of that early material was. Like, I am a different writer than I was when I started reviewing the X-Files. It was years ago. I started working at the AV Club like 10 years ago this year. Wow. And I am now. Are we not? We're not. Wow. Okay. So we're just not going to get a key. That's just. Alright, pause for a second. I am going to get up and fill my water bottle. So anyways, that was a long process that took over the course of the summer, and over the course of the year we've been going back and forth, and we had to rewrite everything, and then we had to get comments from editors who were helpful in sort of guiding and reshaping everything, and then we had to go through it again and answer the comments, and then we had to go through and look at the passes and stuff. So if you ever wonder why a book takes so long to go to print, I have now had personal experience with it, and there's a lot that goes on. You really want to make sure you're putting out the best possible book. You want to make sure you catch all the typos, I guess, but you also want to just make sure everything holds together. Excuse me. Everything holds together. That you haven't misspelled anybody's name or anything like that. And I'd like to think that things are easier now than they used to be, because we have stuff like spell check, which I assume must be like a godsend to editors everywhere for all its flaws. But like, it's still a very, very long process that took us. Ooh. Oh, thank you. And okay, this is good. Chemical peel raises up our damage, I think only through, it's like every other shot. If you see the red ones, those are the ones that are actually the more damaging. But, so that's, yeah, you see that, the left side or right side, however you want to look at it. Oh, unlocked Eve. 427, okay. Oh, that's already? Yeah, this is probably gonna be a test run. Ah! Wow. Why am I playing so badly? Well, maybe it's because you're talking all the time. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna die. Alright, if we die in this one more time through. Although I'd really rather not... Oh, wow, the same room again, huh? Okay. Alright, one more try. This is probably not going to get put up unless this run is amazing. Oh, X-ray vision is cool. It means we can find our, and yes, that's a reference to extras. We can find our, secret room fairly easy. I can't remember if it's one of the ones that actually opens the room for you, if you still need bombs to do it, but still. Sad. I should just record easier until I get the hang of this. In fact, I think that's what I'm gonna do.